I remember we had to stay back in church late at night trying to figure out how to give points for teams that win, draw, lose, and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that was quite crazy.
Hi, welcome back to our new episode of Around the Couch. Today we will be talking about the birth of sports platform in YM. And we are very glad that we can have Japheth here today with us for this episode. Japheth is one of our CG leaders who then became our zone leader in YM. So currently he's leading a zone that comprises of 13 to 14 years old high schoolers. Hi Japheth.
Hi, Sekting.
How are you today?
Doing great, doing great.
That's good to hear. Japheth, we understand that you were there when we first started this sports platform in YM. I'm wondering, can you share with us how did it first all started?
I think it all started from Major League. I think that was the first name, the first edition of it. Yeah, and we had it in Sri Sempurna, as you can see on the screen behind. Yeah, that was the first edition before we renamed it, rebranded to the game. And that's when we had a captainball tournament the following year. And then after that was the game, a dodgeball tournament. So yeah, it started with Major League, basically.
Wow. And I understand that for this dodgeball, we really pushed the level higher, right? Where we even invited some of the national players for dodgeball to come just to share their experience with us, even to run a few clinics for us, for our members, even for their new friends, just to expose them to what this whole dodgeball game is about. And even as we take this sports platform up a notch, in a sense, what were some of the challenges that you and your team had to face?
That's a good question. I think the challenges varies. There were a lot of different challenges. The most basic one will be the venue. So I think trying to figure out where we can host about few hundred youths for sports events was always a headache at first. So yeah, I think first year we were in Sri Sempurna, then we were in Subang Grand, and we basically had to look at different places to host this sports event, right? So that was one of it. The second thing probably would be the scoring system. I remember we had to stay back in church late at night trying to figure out how to give points for teams that win, draw, lose, and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that was quite crazy. Yeah, and I think simple things like deciding what kind of sports we want to focus on for the year. I think at the beginning we had like 4 different sports. And then after that, like we said, we started to focus on captain ball and then dodgeball.
Yeah. There's some great stories there, and I remember also one of the challenges that we have always faced is that the venue that we had to choose always had to be conducive, right? Because we want to build friendship with the youths and the friends that come, and just hearing from you, it seems very challenging. There's so much of difficulty on it. Why did YM continue to pursue in this?
Well, this was a vision that God gave us. To go out and make friends and build friendships that last. And it's not just an event that we say hi, bye, and then we forget everybody kind of thing. So I think, yeah, it was with all the challenges that we had, whether it's a simple challenges, the difficult ones, the fact that we could go out and make friends and build friendships that, some friends that I still keep in touch with until today. I think that's the thing that kept us going.
Yeah.
We really stepped out of where we were very comfortable. Instead of just making friends in maybe, for example, a camp or in service, we really went outside of the 4 walls of church. So I think that's why we kept going. Yeah.
And just to hear from you, from your heart, that all these challenges and going on, and we really pursued this as YM, what did God do to help us to really came through for us through this sports platform?
I think God came through in so many ways. But maybe one thing would be how we actually reached out to so many new friends, right? I think it's always a challenge to make new friends, especially if you're not very comfortable doing it. But having this sports platform was really, really easy in that sense. People who love playing sports basically just came year in, year out. And it was quite funny because teams that came for captainball came back for dodgeball, and then we had like some pro teams that came. So yeah, I think God really came through in the sense where we really, again, we stepped out of our comfort zone and we got to do personal evangelism with so many different people, which we probably never imagined we would do, given a different setting, maybe within church or stuff like that. So yeah, God came through in the part where we built long-lasting friendships.
Yeah. And just the last thing we want to hear from you, this whole COVID situation, we haven't been able to do this whole sports platform. But, should situation gets better, and we kickstart this back again, what would be one sport edition that you see happen for us?
It's my dream that we have football, but yeah, we'll see how that goes.
All right. And so thank you very much again for sharing with us on this whole birth of sports platform that took place in YM. And so that is the latest episode here on Around the Couch. Do stay tuned with us for the next one.